And so this has an important story for us in Freemasonry. The idea that there has to be some sort of inner surrender before there is a spiritual rebirth. And people say the ego must die for the spirit to be free.
Hello and welcome to 22 Steps into Spirituality based on ancient Masonic wisdom with our great speaker, Chris Earnshaw. Hello and welcome back, Chris.
Thank you.
We are today reached our 19th recording, and if it's your first time watching us, this is a unique compilation of a preview of Chris' new book, teaching us about practical spirituality. This is hands-on advice, so I think it's one of a kind. And as I said in this video, 19 of 22. So go back, go forward, enjoy this series. And like always, I'm inviting you, if you do some of the exercises, leave a little note, leave a little message. We're happy to see how they work for you. And we're creating some kind of a community around all of it. So thank you so much for joining in. And with this, I'll give the floor to Chris. Thank you so much for being back with us.
Thank you. So we're now looking at chapter 19, which is the last two chapters on stage 4, mastership. And in the third degree of Freemasonry, we have this moral story known as the Hiramic legend. And it features a master architect. His name is Hiram. And I won't tell you the whole story, but it is about him being killed and then being resurrected. And so this has an important story for us in Freemasonry. The idea that there has to be some sort of inner surrender before there is a spiritual rebirth. And people say the ego must die for the spirit to be free. I'm not sure how far we should take that about it, but the idea of surrender is very good. In the ritual, there's an important part of the ritual that people forget. After Hiram has been killed, he is then resurrected, and he's resurrected with the help of the brethren. They hold his hand and they try and lift him out of his grave. I don't know if you know the story, but this is the story. And so the phrase we use is, we tried to raise the body by the strong grip or the lion's paw of the tribe of Judah. Judah, of course, is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And what is this trying to tell us here? I believe it's based on the symbolism of a ladder. And the ladder has a central position in Freemasonry. And I talk about it in my book about Royal Arch. And I introduce, I think, about 10 different ladders that appear in spiritual and religious contexts. For example, Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder is also seen in Mutus Liber, the alchemical textbook. It's on the frontispiece, and you can see angels going up and down the ladder, exactly the same as in Jacob's ladder. Then another one, which I'll get to in a moment, is then St. Benedict's ladder, the ladder of the Lady of the Ladder of Monks. Then an important one is the Dark Night of the Soul, the book, and the monk is trying to climb a ladder to reach his beloved, and he believes his beloved, in this case Jesus Christ, is waiting for him at the top of the ladder. This is based on a story called The Ladder of Divine Ascent. And it was I think it was first a book and then a painting by John Climacus in about 600 AD. And he drew a ladder very much like Snakes and Ladder, the child's game, that you have a ladder, straight ladder, and underneath are lots of devils. And all the monks are trying to walk up the ladder, and Jesus is at the top in a cloud, and he's waiting for the monks to arrive, and there are devils trying to pull the monks off the ladder. So it's very much like the snakes in Snakes and Ladder. And their idea is by their virtue, they go up a step of the ladder towards Christ. And the devils all represent vice, such as alcohol or other negative things that monks can't do. This idea of climbing a ladder and being received by Jesus is the same as in Freemasonry. So the raising the body by the strong grip, which means a strong handshake, there's an explanation for that, or the lion's paw of the tribe of Judea. This refers to Christ because in the Bible, it says in the book of Revelation, the Lion of the tribe of Judea, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book. And this is the root of David, it means Jesus Christ. What's this to us as Freemasons and spiritual people? So the idea is that you are in a suppressed state, and it's only by raising yourself up that you can attain your spiritual or fullness, I suppose the word may be. And so what are we looking for right here? Yes. One way of thinking about this is rather in Daoism, they say that a rebirth, spiritual rebirth, is a quiet experience. It's like a tree that sheds its leaves, and then in spring, the leaves come out again. It starts to bloom. And so in the same way, we should shed anything that is not useful for us, anything that we've outgrown. For example, our limiting beliefs or habits. And so we should put that into our journal and think on it. What do I need to surrender? What do I need to get rid of? And then you might want to also put in your journal a time when something had to end for something else to begin. And a simple example is in my past, I have been made redundant, I think 4 times in business. Companies downsized. This is in the 80s and 90s. Companies downsized. But following the downsizing, I found a better job than I had before. And that happened 4 times. And I ended up as the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. So if I hadn't downsized 4 times, I wouldn't have found that a challenging job. So dark clouds have silver linings. That's one way to put it. So it's another thing to think about. So an example exercise for you would be thinking about yourself in a meditative state, going inside and going down as far as you can go. Just imagine going deeper and deeper down as far as you can go. And then when you get as far as your imagination will take you, imagine a beam of light coming into that space and lifting you up back to where you are. So it's rather like an alien encounter. A beam of light comes and lifts you up. But think a similar example for your exercise. And this is a way of letting go of your negativity and then taking on the power of the light. And leave it there.
It's quite interesting for a lot of reasons, but we will not stretch the conversation too long here because we could have an hour, and maybe we should make in autumn 1 hour just about the ladder, because I have a lot of things to add. But just one thing I want to emphasize, that you said exactly the most important part, because this is a very crucial misunderstanding, I think, in spirituality, that people understand that they have to higher the frequencies to step up this ladder and connect with the higher being. But people always do not like to hear the part that they first have to go within. They have to find the deep root and the deep ground. And only if they found this higher connection can take place. A lot of people spiral away, and everybody likes the spiraling. It's very attractive. But in the end, they're unsatisfied if the linkage is incomplete or unsatisfactory or potentially dangerous if a grounding has not been taken place. So I just wanted to make it extremely clear, because I think it's one of the crucial misunderstanding of spirituality.
So many people are looking outside for answers when the answers are inside.
Okay, you made one sentence out of it. All right. Thank you so much for this lecture 19. And again, please leave your comments. If you made the exercise, what you think about it, tell me I'm wrong, whatever it is. We are looking forward for your impression. Thank you so very much, Chris.
You're welcome.